Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have Trump regrets for you guys today. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. I'm going to get back to them, but yeah, I have Trump regrets, Trump voters who are entering the find out phase of their journey. The first one I have for you today is not so much a regret as much as an observation from a Trump voter who admits that she, for the first time ever, voted for a Democrat, first time ever in her life, and it's because she finally did some research on the issues. And this was the response that she got from both sides. So check this out.
Last week I shared that I voted Democrat for the first time in my life, and it has become my most viral Instagram post to date. There's close to 11,000 comments on it right now. And as someone who has gone viral more than a handful of times over the last 6 months, I noticed some things in this post that I wanted to talk about. So unlike most of my past viral posts, this one actually hit the MAGA side of the internet. And they can really only say one of three things to you. That you're an R word. I lost count on how many times I was called that. I mean, literally hundreds of times I was called that. They really love to mash up lib and tard together, okay? 2, they call me stupid or brainwashed or I'm an idiot. That's all they can say. Or 3, I was never MAGA to begin with. I was never a Republican. I never voted Republican before. I'm a grifter. I'm just doing this for clicks, blah, 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 whatever. That's all that they can say. The other thing I noticed on this post was I'd say about 98% of people who are on the left, never supported Trump, were extremely supportive. In my past viral post, that did not happen. I'd say about 50-50 it was supportive and less than ideally supportive. So I found that really interesting and I'm appreciative of that. So thank you. But one thing that really just made me go, huh, was I thought about if the posts were reversed and I was voting Republican for the first time in my life. And what would the comments be like from Republicans and Democrats? And I couldn't help but think that the only thing that Republicans could probably say to me is, hell yeah, fucking right, blah, 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 would not encourage me to educate myself in any way, would just be like, let's fucking go, like, just things like that. But then I couldn't help but think that Democrats and leftists would comment trying to educate me on, oh, this, that, and the other was not like enough for you, or, you know, this happening and blah, blah, blah. They would be trying to be like putting facts in front of my face to be like, what are you doing? But as someone who's saying that they just voted Democrat for the first time in their life, Republicans, all they can do is call me stupid, an R word, or that I was never actually a Republican in the first place. So when Trump said the uneducated love me, he was not lying. Because as someone who's done a shit ton of education over the last 6 months, things that I probably should have learned by middle school, yeah, majority of our population is walking around not even knowing the real history of our country and is just being brainwashed. And my comment section proves that.
What do you know? What do you know? It's almost as if MAGA is filled with oversized children who just throw tantrums and call names whenever you do something that they don't like. Almost as if, right? This next regret, this comes from a tribal member. It's a guy named Dave. He just now figured out that Donald Trump is racist. So he wrote this on Twitter. Didn't care for Trump calling people communists for saying America is on stolen land, which is ironic being at Mount Rushmore at the home of broken treaties. Do you really have to brag about defeating the American Indians? I voted for him, but as a tribal member and seeing what he's done to the BIA and tribal communities, this second time around, I'm sorry to say, he's prejudiced against us. Oh my God. Oh my freaking God. Seriously? These people don't get it. He was always prejudiced. He was always a bigot. It's not just this second time around. It's not like, oh, all of a sudden he became a racist. Anyway, this next one comes from the only Trump voter who I've ever seen who actually admits that Trump was not a better choice than Kamala Harris. So this person was having a back and forth with another Trump voter who claimed that, yeah, sometimes Donald Trump says stupid shit, but, he's not unstable. And then they, of course, tried to rationalize their vote by saying something along the lines of, oh, can you imagine what a disaster it would be right now if Kamala Harris had been the person who was elected, blah, blah, blah. Well, this person replied to them and said, I supported Trump. Trump is off the rails. I would have never voted the last time for him had I known his inability to be rational. I'm sorry, David. There is no lesser evil now. Yeah. First whatever that I've seen. And you guys know I've seen a lot. I have been covering these things for 18 months now. So anyway, I also have a story to share with you guys. This is from a Washington Post article about how farmers are losing their patience with Trump. So they spoke with a Nebraska farmer, a guy named Scott Thompson. He voted for Trump 3 times in all 3 elections. And he says, I like the Republicans' so-called fiscal conservatism, which we all know now is a complete and total joke. But Thompson said this. He said, I'm pretty disenfranchised as a voter right now, and I think I'm not the only one. Either I'm going to completely sit these elections out, or I'm going to vote down the line incumbents out. So about the only way you can vote the incumbents out is by voting Democrat. So that's what he's saying there. And this next one comes from a recent focus group. So this was a focus group conducted by the company called Engageus that I listen to each month. So take a listen to what this person had to say.
His intentions are good, but I do believe he is truly a narcissist who does not have a good handle on the average American's needs and concerns because he is an elitist. And while I like his attempts at border security, tightening and immigration concerns, tightening up immigration, we are not seeing relief with inflation or gas prices. And I'm sometimes embarrassed by his lack of couth and how we represent ourselves to other countries.
So, first of all, so infuriating, right? No, his intentions are not good. And she refutes herself. She calls him a narcissist, but then said, oh, well, I think his intentions are good and he cares about the country. Lady, go look up the definition of narcissist because they don't give a flying fuck about anyone or anything other than themselves. So you just refuted your own argument here. And then did you notice that she disproved MAGA's talking point that immigrants are bad for the economy? Because she admits that, oh, I like Donald Trump's immigration policies. I like how he shut down the border. But then she says, oh, we're not seeing any relief from inflation. Huh? Really? Gosh, it's almost as if immigrants have nothing to do with the economy, and it might actually be the oligarchs who are destroying our country, and the oligarchs who are preventing average Americans from having everything that they need and a living wage. Anyway, this next one, this is from mid-May, but it's still relevant, so I wanted to share it. So there was a Twitter user who shared the video of Trump that you guys probably have heard about. He claimed that other people don't know that when he says drugs are coming by sea, that he means the ocean. So he said that it's not see like I can see, which right there, dead giveaway that actually he's the one who didn't know that it's by sea, meaning the ocean. So this person quote tweeted Donald Trump or this video of Trump, and they wrote this. They said, I can't believe I actually voted for this retard with a bunch of laughing emojis. Yeah, so we can't believe it either. And, maybe you could try moron or imbecile next time so you don't insult an entire group of people. Next up is a woman who is not happy about Donald Trump's so-called peace agreement with Iran. She said he was going to lose before the MOU because he's done little to follow up on the campaign promises he made to his voters. This is just icing on the cake. He's becoming a revolting, terrible man whose second term has become a chaotic nightmare. I wish I had never voted for him. Lady, we all wish that, but he has not changed. Just like with the other guy, he has not changed. He has always been a revolting, terrible man. And his first term was chaotic, but you weren't paying attention. Either that or you like terrible, revolting things that he did in the past. Anyway, next up, I have a couple of regrets to share from an article in The Independent. So they quoted a 42-year-old Air Force veteran. This is a guy from Montana named Brian Roush. And he said that he voted for Trump 3 times, but he is not understanding the rationale behind the war. He is also suffering with the higher fuel costs, the food costs. And Roush said this. He said, "We're in bigger water fights with AI. We're all paying more for groceries and we're all paying more for gas. My day to day is negatively impacted and I haven't seen these other benefits." And then he said he believes that Trump's behavior is erratic and he is alienating trading partners, which will drive the costs higher, which they absolutely will. The Independent also spoke with a 62-year-old named Brian Shaver. He's from Mississippi. Shaver voted for Trump in 2024. They didn't say if he voted for him before that, but he's been a Republican Party supporter for a long time. And he's also upset about inflation. And here's what he told the journalists. He said, "I have a feeling we're going to be in big trouble in November." I have a feeling you're right, Brian. I think you're right. I hope you're right. Anyway, guys, there you go. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.